Hello, and welcome to the second episode of a Teen Talk Skating podcast. My name is Vangogh, and today we're going to be discussing the latest skating competitions, and those are the Four Continents Championships 2024, and I am going to touch on a little bit of the Youth Olympics, even though I don't follow junior figure skating too much. But I am going to touch on it because I think it definitely is a noteworthy event since it only does happen every 4 years. And it just finished last week. But first off, I would really like to thank everybody who listened to the very first episode. I was definitely really anxious, worried about how it would go. And I just checked on Spotify for podcasters, and I got 11 plays, and that is really crazy to me. I didn't even think I was gonna get one, honestly, and I just want to thank you so much for listening. Even if you just clicked on for 1 minute, I don't know, I just didn't think that there's gonna be that many people, but 11 really shocked me. I came home on Monday. Right now it's Friday. I came home on Monday and it said 8 plays, and I was so shocked. I was so shocked out of my mind. I was so surprised, and yeah, I would really like to thank everybody, and this definitely gave me the motivation to keep on doing this. And I'm just really shocked, and I don't know, I just really keep wanting to grow this podcast and keep talking about skating because I love talking about skating so much. Anyway, thank you for everything. Now, I am recording this on a Friday night. Usually, I upload these on Saturdays, or I'm trying to. Usually, I've only done one. But it will be uploaded tomorrow, but I'm doing this Friday night because I'm going to be busy tomorrow. And tomorrow is Lunar New Year, so if you do celebrate Lunar New Year, happy Lunar New Year to you and your family and everyone. This week's, it's been good, kind of, for me, little up and down, but I passed my math test, just saying, I passed it. But anyway, we're gonna start talking about skating, and we are gonna start off with the program of the week. This is just a program that I've been thinking about a lot recently, that's been on my mind, and that I've watched a couple times this last week. And the program this week that I thought about is Yuramin and Alexander Gamlin's free dance from the 2018 Winter Olympics. A little throwback. Well, last week we had a 10-year throwback, so this one's like a 6-year throwback. But this is their free dance set to the song Arirang. I really hope I'm saying that right, but it's a traditional Korean folk song, and they used it in their free dance, and I genuinely think it was such a pretty free dance. They were representing South Korea, the Olympics were in South Korea, and using a traditional Korean song, and definitely I got to learn a lot about that song and its importance in Korean culture through that free dance. And I felt very connected. My favorite part of this free dance is the twizzles, because they're literally right on the music. They start right on the music. And I just love it whenever any skating element is really right on the music. And I really liked the lifts. It was really nice. And the outfits as well. They're so pretty. And definitely a very special program. For me to go back and watch the free dance. Definitely so pretty. Definitely highly recommend and go watch it. Very special moment, and I always go back to watch it whenever, I don't know, the high note too in the song, so good. I just always go back to watch it whenever I feel like it, you know what I mean? But anyway, now we're gonna talk about Four Continents 2024, which is the major competition that happened last week. Happened in Shanghai in China. Pretty cool. Which I do want to say that I feel like China has been hosting a lot this season. They did Cup of China, which it was their first season back since 2020, I think, doing Cup of China, which is very cool. And then they did the Grand Prix final in Beijing also. So yeah, definitely a very busy season for the Chinese Federation with 3 different major events. But in general, I think they were all done very well. It was nice to watch. The crowd seemed big. But the first thing I do want to talk about is not about the competition itself, but kind of about Four Continents versus the European Championships. Because I definitely do see how people are not as interested in the Four Continents because it just doesn't seem to be as respected. And I do think the main reason behind that is that Four Continents hasn't existed for that long. It's only been a thing since 1999, I believe, which does seem kind of a long time, but Europeans is the oldest figure skating competition or championship, and it's been around since the late 1800s, I think. So it's definitely more recognized, maybe more honorable to win as well. Personally, Four Continents kind of seems like a competition where, some of the top skaters will compete, but not all of the top skaters. Generally, I feel like at Europeans, like, all of the top skaters compete, but that's not the same case at Four Continents. But I do think Four Continents is still an important championships. Even though it might not necessarily be the same level competitive-wise, I still think it's important because it is still a championships, and especially since it's the biggest major competition before the World Championships. Usually, Four Continents happens in February, or it kind of began in late January, but Worlds is in March, so we're very close to that. But anyway, we're gonna get into the competition now, and as always, I'm gonna start in the order of how the competition kind of went. So first was the women. So the women's competition finished first out of all the other ones. So for the women's competition, we're gonna discuss a few skaters that I found were notable. That I thought were very nice to watch. And the top ones especially. I will say that I was not able to watch as much of the Four Continents as I would have liked to. The week was kind of busy. 2 weeks ago, or 1 week ago was pretty busy for me. So the times didn't really align either because time zone stuff, and I didn't want to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch a short program. Even though I love skating, I did not want to do that and then go right to school. But the first skater we're going to discuss in the women's event is Haein Lee. And I really loved her last season. It was kind of her biggest breakout season. She got the silver at Worlds, which is major for her. She also was a defending champion for Four Continents. She won the 2023 edition in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And Haein Lee, she didn't place as well as, she probably wanted here at this championships. She ended up in, let me think, was it 11th, I think, at this competition? Which, not the best result for her. Yeah, she did end up in 11th. Especially after that trajectory at the World Championships last year. But if I remember correctly, she's dealing with injury, and with injury, obviously it is very difficult to skate. But I really love her programs from last season. This season, I like them too. She has Notre Dame de Paris for her free skate. Not my favorite soundtrack, I would say, but her qualities are really nice. I thought her edge work was really nice. I think she's just a really good skater. I really fell in love with her free skate from last season. The homage to Korea, that was super cool. This season as well, she has really nice qualities. I think the jumps aren't there for her this season for her. It hasn't been the most consistent, the best season for her, but I do really enjoy her qualities, and especially with injury, I pray to the injury gods all the time for every skater because, like, injury kind of sucks. And I don't know. I just wish everyone could be injury-free, like injuries didn't even exist. But I really like hand skating. But, you know, not the best result, but I really do hope that she comes back strong. And that does lead me to our next skater, which is Mai Mihara from Japan. And Mai Mihara here, she ended up 7th, I believe, or 6th. See, I thought I did better research. She ended up 7th here. I need to do better research before I talk for 50 minutes. But again, she is coming back from injury. If I remember correctly, she had to withdraw for one of her Grand Prix. I think it was Grand Prix. I think it was Cup of China. But then she did end up competing at NHK Trophy. And she's coming back from injury, which to me is really disappointing because I feel like she's had injuries a lot recently. And that sucks because genuinely when she did her Olympic season free skate, the Fairy in the Forest, I think it was called, it was the most like graceful, beautiful thing ever. She was like Tinkerbell, you know what I mean? Like so pretty, and I don't know, it's just like she was flying around on the ice. And this season's free skate is really nice too. It's set to the planets. The outfit, I can't get over the outfit for this free skate. I feel like every outfit that Mai Mihara has is like so nice to look at. Like, I don't know who her outfit designer is, but like genuinely like I don't know, the colors match well, and like every free skate I see her do, I just think like, whoa. And every short program too. Her short program this season is I think she did switch back. I think she went from Celine Dion to her old one for Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence, which I do love me some Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. Not Christmas anymore, but I do love it. So after Mai Mihara, in 6th place, we had Madeline Skeezes, who 2 years ago in the Olympic team event, she had the biggest success of her life. Free skate, amazing. Short program, amazing for Team Canada. And ever since then, she hasn't had the most consistent results. She does have a personal best this season from Skate Canada 2023. And it was a 132, which is really good. Yeah, definitely the team event skates in 2022 were really good. But she hasn't found that same consistency. And honestly, that's another shame for me because this season, I don't know, like, I feel like this season's programs, like, everyone has good programs. Mostly. Like, I really like her show program. It's Forukas. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And Summertime, which I do see that Summertime is used a lot in, you know, like, figure skating because it's definitely a warhorse. But I really liked her interpretation of it. Like, I felt like she had the right, like, mood in the skate for it. Like, you know, like, Summertime, like, with Maddie Skeezes. Like, I really enjoyed this program. It was, like, the vibe. I don't know. I can't talk. This is how you know I'm a teenager. I see vibe. The vibe was, like, really nice, I feel like. And I don't know. I just felt like I was in the mood for it. Like, okay, I'm not gonna sing. I need to stop singing. That's the issue. Okay. 5th place was Sejong Lee from South Korea. I'm really sorry I'm saying that wrong. But her program, I was not the biggest fan of. It was Exogenesis, which I did say wrong last episode. I said Neogenesis, and I'm pretty sure that's an anime. But Exogenesis by Muse. And to be honest, her jumps were very solid. But to be honest with you, I wasn't that connected. And I kind of felt like she was just like jumping and getting the spins and sequences over with. At the end, I really did like the choreo sequence. I think that was a nice touch with the music, but I felt like the like musicality wasn't there too much. But the jumps definitely were. This program is choreographed by Jeffrey Buell, I'm pretty sure, and he's like one of my favorites. And but Seo Wee, I think definitely I don't love her like musicality. Definitely not the best program. But her jumps are really solid. So I'm really hoping that next season that like for example, I think Ilya Malinin, he's really worked on that artistry side of his skating, and I hope that Seong Wee does too because her jumps are really nice. The artistry, I really hope that she improves that, and I think she could definitely be competitive. I will say though that the field in not Japan, I'm so sorry. The field in South Korea right now is really competitive for the women's event. It just seems like they have so many women that are around the same technical level and are very competitive. So definitely interesting how all of that plays out. But in fourth place, we had Ava Marie Ziegler, which I think I forgot to mention last episode. She withdrew from the U.S. National Championships to compete at Fort Collins to get ready for Fort Collins. And I will say that if she had been clean at the U.S. Championships, if she went there and competed, I think she may have won the entire competition, especially considering that the other two frontrunners, Isabel Levito and Amber Glenn, weren't as clean as they hoped. But the last two competitions, which I know two isn't like a big amount of competition, Ava Ziegler has been very consistent. She won NHK Trophy, which was like the hugest shock to a lot of people. She set a new PB here at Fort Continents, and she got fourth here, which is really good for her debut at a IAC Championships. And I will say that at first I didn't like this free skate to Christina Aguilera, but now I actually really like it, especially the ending. But she's really competitive right now, and I want to say that she doesn't have a triple, if I am correct, in the free skate, but she might have one in the short program. See, this is, I need to do better research. I think she does triple toe in the short, but in the free, she did a triple flip, double axel, and then two double toe combinations. But if she did get a triple toe combination in there, like, that could be a lot of points, and I definitely think that genuinely she's definitely competitive. And if I remember correctly, she's the alternate for Worlds because US only has 2 spots for women right now for Worlds. But maybe next year she goes to Worlds. Like, I definitely see her being a potential on the Olympic team. Okay, Rinka Watanabe from Japan was in third place, and she had landed the triple axel during the free skate. It was the first jump. It was a really nice triple axel. It was a really nice triple axel. This free skate is definitely very interesting. It's a bunch of music, kind of. It's a medley. That's what we call it. It's a medley, and I did think that the music really went well together. The triple axel is really nice. She did pop the Lutz, if I remember correctly. But I really did like her general style. I feel like she's very fierce on the ice, and it definitely shows in her skating. And yeah, I really liked it. The triple axel, nice. I do want to say, like South Korea, the field in Japan is very competitive, like very competitive. Again, a lot of women who have same technical elements, women who are doing triple axels. We have Rion Sumiyoshi, who is doing the quad toe. Kari Sakamoto, who doesn't have those Ultra C elements, but is still very consistent, pretty consistent, and, very well scored and has that emotion. Mai Mihara, definitely very competitive in Japan right now for the women. So definitely interesting how to see that plays out too. In second place, we had Chaeyeon Kim, from South Korea. I'm very sorry if I'm saying that wrong again. And this free skate was dramatic. I'm just saying, like, I felt like the whole time, like, it was so dramatic, and I liked it. It was like, I don't know. It felt like it was out of, like, some sort of drama. It was so dramatic. It was Le Bal de Folle. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but I genuinely thought it was very dramatic. Like, like the outfit, the vibe, like the emotion. I don't know. The music went really well with the choreography. I think that really helped with the like ambiance that was going on, the vibe. Like, I just felt like, I don't know, I was watching some movie and I was like, whoa, what's gonna happen next, kind of thing. It's not a scary movie, but still very dramatic movie. I don't know if that helps that analogy, but I don't know. And then next is a skater who I haven't heard a lot about before, but definitely a very good competition for her because she got first place, and that is Monet Chiba. And I haven't heard a lot about her before. She did set all new personal best at this competition. She won by a landslide. She won by like 4 and a bit. No, not 4. I'm sorry, 10 and a bit points, which is a huge victory, of course. And her free skate, I have to say, it's a song I haven't heard before. It's The Legend of 1900 by Ennio Morricone. And I have to say, I haven't heard this music before. I know that a lot of people use Gabriel's Oboe by Ennio Morricone, Cinema Paradiso. Also, but this skate, she's so light on the ice as well. I feel like she's very similar to Mai Mihara, very light on the ice, quick on the ice, very nice technical elements as well. And she got second place at Japanese Nationals, which is very big since Japan is very competitive, of course. And I haven't heard a lot about her before, but this is really impressive, obviously. And if she does this same performance at the World Championships, I do wonder if perhaps she could medal. And, I don't want to get my world's predictions too early yet, but I do think she could be up there. Her elements are really nice. The skating skills, they were so light and elegant and balletic, and every word like that I'm so sorry. That burps, I'm so sorry. Every word that's airy, essence, you know what I mean? But beautiful skating. I really enjoyed this program. So next we're gonna talk about the pairs, which again, pairs is definitely the discipline I watch the least. And so I'm not too educated on the pairs sort of situation, what's going on in pairs right now. But I will talk about these top 5 teams that I do sort of know. And what I do know about them. I do remember after the short program, I saw the scores for pairs, and I think like 3rd place to like 8th place or 7th place was really close. Like, it was definitely one of those, like I remember 2014, the men's event, 3rd to like 10th was super close by only a few points. So very interesting to see. But in 5th place, we had Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud and from Canada. And I'm very impressed by them because they're a newer team. They only partnered up last season, and they made the Grand Prix final this season. And they got 5th here at Fort Collins. Really good for them. I really enjoyed their free skate from last season to Gladiator. But I'm not sure if they're still skating it this season. Oh, yes, they are. They're still doing Gladiator. No, Pirates of the Caribbean was last season. That was a good program too. But Gladiator, I really like them together. And especially for a newer pair, I feel like newer pairs tend to be they tend to have a lot of success in the beginning, obviously because it's a newer partnership, but they've really adapted well. They've really adapted well, and I think it's really impressive what they've been able to do in that short amount of time. And I really do enjoy their skating. And I just realized I forgot to bring out my water bottle. I need my water so bad. It's okay. We're going to make it through this. In 4th place, we had Anastasia Golubeva and Hector Giotopoulos Moore. I'm very sorry if I said those names wrong. From Australia, and I love Australia, not gonna lie. Especially, obviously, since Australia isn't seen as the hugest skating nation in the world, but they do have success with this pair right here. They ended up 4th overall, and I really like their short program and their free skate this season. Their free skate is the Umbrellas of Cherbourg, and I really like it. Not gonna lie, I really like this program. They're a good pair. I remember they had a lot of success on the junior level. They got silvers at Junior Worlds twice, I think, and I think they won the Grand Prix final once, and they got second at the other time, maybe, or maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't do, but I don't know. But definitely a team to watch out for in the future. They're both still pretty young, of course, and I feel like pairs tend to be older as well, and get better scores as they develop. But I really like this pair as well. Definitely want to watch out for it because, a lot of growth could happen. 3rd place, we had Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara. They are the world champions, not championships. Oh my gosh. They're the world champions from last season, and they were injured in the beginning of this season. Yes, they were injured at the beginning of this season. Or, they got second here. I am so sorry. They were injured at the beginning of this season, and I still really like them. Their programs this season, I do miss the one last season, two by, I forgot the artist's name. Sleeping at Last, that's what it is. I really like that program. Yeah, I really like her. Obviously, they're coming back from injury. I forgot who had the injury, but, I really like their qualities, and obviously they're world champions, but, I'm so sorry. They're the world champions, but they're coming back from injury, so that definitely is affecting them, but I really like their programs, especially since pairs in Japan isn't a huge discipline compared to the men's field and the women's field. I really do like that they're pushing the sport forward in Japan for pair skating. And I'm sorry that I skipped 3rd place by accident, but 3rd place was Ellie Kam and Danielle Shea. And this is very impressive, I think, because they just came back from nationals. Most of the US skaters just came back from nationals, and they flew to Shanghai, 2 days later. It's just very impressive. They got 3rd place here. I'm really sorry that I don't have too much to say about them. They are the new national champions, so congratulations to them. But they are a new pair and a newer pair. They just paired up last season, and again, I'm not really educated on pairs, honestly, and yeah, I'm really sorry about that, but they did get 3rd place at this competition, which is really good. Again, I think US pairs is particularly in their little era of revival, especially since Knierim Fraser retired, or soft retired at least, I believe. I don't think they actually announced it. But yeah, I think pairs is definitely in a state of revival. But it's good that they won a medal here, and they showed that, they are winning competitions, they are somewhat consistent, and yeah, that's good. But in 1st place here, they won by a good amount, I believe. They won by a good amount of points. I can't find it. I'm sorry. Deanna Salato-Dudek and Maxime Deschamps from Canada. Obviously very inspirational. Deanna Salato-Dudek is, I believe, 41 years old, and she's doing pair skating, which is definitely the most dangerous discipline. But she's 40 years old. She's doing the most dangerous discipline. She's super inspirational. Maxime Deschamps also. They're a great pair together. And I definitely look forward to them. I feel like they really could win a world medal this season. Perhaps. Yeah, I feel like they really could win a world medal. Last season they were fourth at Worlds, which they were really close to the podium, if I remember. I really feel, they were 9 points behind third place, but I feel like with the results they've been getting recently, maybe they could make it. Paris right now, I feel like, well, I don't know. At Skate Canada, they did really good. They got 214. So really, if they had their best performance, I really do think that they could win a world medal. But super inspirational team. Their program this season is very, like, unique. I feel like it is vampire-themed. Vampire interview with the vampire. That's what the music is called. But I really like that program. But, yeah. That was pairs. So, again, we had Ellie Cam and Daniel Shea in third. Mira Kihara in second, and Slav Dudek and Deschamps in first. Okay. Men's is the next event. I am very excited to talk about men's because I think especially men's right now is very competitive. There's like 4, maybe 5 different people I see becoming world champion, which just saying is a little interesting. But we're going to talk about Mikhail Shidorov, who is representing Kazakhstan. And I believe he got 6th here. Yeah, I believe so. And since then, it's 10. Kazakhstan hasn't had a lot of really huge men's skater. But I really like Shidorov. I remember his performance at the World Championships, or Junior Worlds, 2 years ago. I think he is capable of quadlets too. And he did podium at Cup of China with 3rd. So he's definitely someone to watch out for. The rest of the field was a little more experienced than he was, I feel. But, with more experience, with more time, with more competitions, I feel like he really is going to get good. And I definitely see him being a really good skater. He is a good skater right now, obviously. But I definitely see him getting even better. Really impressive. Yeah, a Cup of China, he got 264, which is a lot of points. Yeah, I really like this, Carmina Barana. I can't talk today. In 5th place overall, we had Boyan Jing, who, had a home championships, home 4 continents championships in, Shanghai, in China, and he's been dealing with injury as well, if I remember correctly. I believe he has switched to Tracy Wilson and Brian Orser as his coaches. I remember that was kind of a unsureness for a long time, but he is with them now, I believe. And his free skate this season is Ed Sheeran, and I remember at the end of this free skate, so many stuffed animals. It was like so many stuffed animals. Throw. Like, I wish I could do that, honestly. But quadlets, oh my gosh. I think he has the best quadlets in the world. It just flows. It just goes. Like, when it hits, it's so beautiful. Like, Boyang Jin, his quadlets is amazing. That quadlet's amazing. This season, results haven't been the best, but excuse me, my throat has been awful today. He did win Golden Spring in Zagreb, and he got 7th and 8th at his Grand Prix. We've seen him been on the world podium in the past, but we've seen him be kind of inconsistent. Last season, he got 22nd at Worlds. Not the best result for him, but he did get 5th at these championships. So I definitely think as long as he is very clean, I definitely see perhaps a top 10 result at Worlds, or maybe even better. We never know. Ice is very slippery. That's what we learned last week. But I definitely see him getting a really good result. And at Worlds, if he is clean. And I really do enjoy his Ed Sheeran program. Even though Ed Sheeran, I don't really listen to Ed Sheeran, but I really like that program. In 4th place, we had Sota Yamamoto from Japan. And I do want to say that the field in Japan is very competitive. Like, Japan here in the men's event placed 1st, 2nd, and 4th. So, this is very competitive. what's going on in Japan. I'm gonna X out these tabs. Hold on. He's gains to Exogenesis for his free skate. I don't know. It just seems like the Warhorse this season, but it's a good Warhorse. Like Amber Glenn made me fall in love with it. And he's had really good results. Mostly this season, he did win Skate Canada, but he placed 6th at Cup of China. If I remember correctly, he got 2nd at the Grand Prix final, last season. He didn't go to Worlds. No, he did go to Worlds. He placed 15th at Worlds. Okay. I was just reading off of their, ISU bio. He placed 15th at Worlds, his best score, personal best is 274.35, which is a very high score. And if he is clean, I definitely see him being top 10 at Worlds as well. For him, potentially a medal. But I want to say men's right now is very competitive. I think it's very exciting to watch. We have all these big names, and this just seems to be a bigger name every season. In 3rd place, and bronze medal is Junwon Cha, who is having injuries. I believe he said he had to take painkillers to skate at the nationals in Korea, and his Batman program, the outfit is very sleek, like very elegant in black, and I don't know. I always enjoy his jumps as well. I don't know what it is about his jumps, but I feel like his jumps are satisfying. His short is really good. Masquerade Waltz, very nice, and again, a skater who hasn't had the most consistency this season. He did withdraw from a Grand Prix this season. I forgot which one. I want to say he got assigned to Cup of China, maybe. But he did withdraw from that, if I remember correctly. And he got 9th at Skate Canada. So 3rd here at Four Continents is really big for him. I remember at some earlier event this season, he popped 2 axles and it just wasn't going well. He did get silver at Worlds last season, which I do think is very important to point out. He is one of the big skaters from last season. Like Hae-in Lee, who also got World silver. This season hasn't been the most consistent, but I definitely do think that both of them can be top 10 at Worlds. If the jumps hit, if everything hits. Because Junwon Cha, he just got his best result, his season's best, not his personal best, his season's best at Four Continents this competition. So I definitely see him being very competitive. 272 was his score, very good score. And 2nd place was Shun Sato. From Japan, again, Japan super competitive, very competitive. He has a quad Lutz, and the one thing I would say about this program is I felt like the choreography, there was a few moments for the choreography which were really nice, but I wish he just held it a little longer, a little more. Those moments. I found out that this program is choreographed by Guillaume Cizeron, the Olympic ice dance champion, who is a really good choreographer. But I just wish a few more of the moments were held for a few moments, seconds longer, just to really soak in the performance. He does have a quad Lutz, which is really nice. And I'm going to say that's kind of out of left field, maybe. But I think he has a chance at winning a medal at Worlds. Maybe I'm really bad at predicting who wins what, honestly. But I just think it might be it. It might be it. Maybe. His 4 seasons program, it's nice. And I really enjoyed it. But 4 seasons very used a lot. It didn't pop out that much of the 4 seasons that was particularly very noteworthy, but I definitely liked his technical elements are really good when he hits them. And I really do hope that he has a lot of success, especially since he is pretty young. I think, he was competing at junior, I don't remember, honestly. I'm so sorry. It's very late on Friday night. It's 11:12. Can you believe it? I don't know. I'm so tired. But I'm so sorry. Um what I lost my train of thought. But nice program, nice programs. And nice technical elements. But in first place we had Yuma Kageyama, who this is his first season back from injury. And I have to say, I feel like he's really worked on his components. I do know Carolina Costner, who is, one of my favorite skaters of all time. Her programs, everything, has worked with Yuma Kageyama, and Lori Nickel did this program. Like, oh my gosh, like every Lori Nickel Carolina program was amazing, right? Rainin Your Black, I feel like he did his own take on it, almost. And I really liked it. He is, recovering from injury. Last season, he competed at only one competition, only at nationals, and got 8th there. But I'm glad that, he's back. He really does feel like he's back to his pre-injury form. I remember at the Olympics, very, very impressive at the Olympics. He got 2nd place there behind Nathan Chen at the Olympics after, winning the Youth Olympics in 2020. Anyway, I really do think he has a shot. He's one of the men that I believe has a shot at the world podium. Okay, ice dance is the last event, thank God. Or, it's not the last event because I still got to talk about Youth Olympics. Crazy, right? I'm going to go over the results really fast because, again, I didn't watch the ice dance event. I don't know a lot about it, and I am going to comment on Gilles Poirier. So, 6th week we had Green Parsons, who, came back from nationals. Still not the biggest fan of their free dance, but I really do think they're building up trajectory again after that amazing performance in 2022 for Continents, which they did win. Then we had L'Oreal Legac from Canada, and I don't know too much about this pair, but they did get 5th here, which I do believe, 5th at 4 Continents is really good, and I have no idea if they're assigned to Worlds or if it's Zachary Laga and, I'm blanking out on her name. I feel so bad. Marjorie, LaJoy, I believe. I'm so sorry. I don't know if they have the world spot or not, but I like that they got 5th here. Zingis Kolesnik from the USA got 4th again. Another team back from nationals. Very impressive 4th. 3rd was Carrera Ponomarenko from the USA, back from nationals. I am a good fan of this program. It's the whole murder mystery. I don't know what's going on really, but it's like a horror movie apparently. Very interesting. 2nd was Fournier Bodri Sorensen. And 1st was Gilles Poirier, which I am going to discuss because I really love this Wuthering Heights free dance. And I think that sets them up for a world. But I do think that Chalk and Bates are going to win Worlds. Again, I don't want to predict too early because there's still a month and a half till Worlds. But Gilles Poirier, I feel like they're going to win silver or bronze against the Italians at Worlds. Just my prediction. But I love this Wuthering Heights free dance, especially when Piper reaches out to the judges. Especially, that's a big trend this season. But I feel like they do it in a way no other teams do. The way they reach out. I think it's really pretty. The outfits, the pink, almost darker pink, off-tone pink. I really like that. And the rhythm dance, the pants. Love it. Okay. So that was the 4 Continents Championships. Definitely I really liked the competition overall. It's good to watch something in February because I feel like February doesn't have a lot of action figure skating going on, but between January and March. But February, early February, very early February. I wish it was mid-February, but you can't have everything you want. But the Youth Olympics happened in Gangwon, South Korea. We are gonna very, very briefly go over these results because I feel like this episode's getting a little long. But in pairs, there was only 4 pairs, which is kind of sad, honestly. The only 4 pairs that were eligible for this championships because the age requirements for the not championships, the Youth Olympic Games are different. So certain skaters who may be able to compete at like Junior Worlds might not be able to compete here, based on age requirements. But in third place, we had a team from Spain, Karina San Campillo and Pau Vieja. I'm sorry if I'm saying those wrong. In second place, we had Kayla Smith and Jared McPike from the USA. And in first place, we had Annika Benke and Cole Sov from Canada. Did I say that? No. Second was from USA, first was from Canada. Okay. Only 4 pairs. That means that they didn't have a fourth place medal for the Australian team, Peyton Bellamy Martins and Christophe Prado, because I like their program. And I watched this entire event because it's very short. Hold on, I'm so disorganized on my computer. So in the men's program, I'm gonna go over these kids really, really quick. I'm so sorry. Maybe I should have done a different episode, but I don't have too much to say about the Youth Olympics. Though I do say that it's a really good competition to get experience, especially since a lot of these skaters won't be eligible age-wise for 2026. So this is good to have that Olympic experience beforehand. I don't know if 2028 Winter Youth Olympics is happening, but fifth place, I do want to talk about Rio Nagata, who was predicted as the winner of this entire the winner of this competition before this event. I feel like he had a short program, which is really unfortunate. He fell on an triple axel, and then he popped another jump. So he ended up pretty low, but his free skate was very redemptive, and he ended up shooting himself all the way up to fifth. It was a very Nathan Chen 2018 moment. Jacob Sanchez from the USA, he was first after the short program, but his free skate, it didn't go as well as he, would have liked. He didn't end up in fourth, but fourth place at the Youth Olympic Games is still very good. I'm not sure if he's going to Junior Worlds, but I feel like he has the technical ability to be able to. Third place made me very happy. It was Yan Hao Lee. He is from New Zealand. Again, a country that, New Zealand's not often talked about in skating. But, he got third place, and, it was I believe it was history. I think this is New Zealand's first figure skating medal at the Youth Olympic Games, or at the Youth Olympic Games. Very good. His, skating skills, I feel like it's very nice. The flow, the edge, the free skate I really liked as well. Yeah, it was his, I forgot what music it was, but I really liked the outfit for it. Second place was Adam Hagara, who got the song Dream On by Aerosmith stuck in my head the whole day after the men's free. He was only 0.5 behind Hyung Kim from South Korea, the, home favorite. I'm sorry if I said that name wrong. Which, when the when the first place is so close, it definitely can be a little difficult. To be honest, I'm not sure if this is an, opinion that not a lot of people has. I feel like Adam Hagara should have won. I thought the expression was a little bit better. The components were just a little bit better. I'm not saying 5 points better, but I feel like he should have edged maybe a point more on the component side. I did like Young Kim's program as well, but I felt more connected to Adam Hagara's program, and I just personally think that he should have won. Both are lovely skaters, and definitely excited to see what will happen with them next, especially since Junior World is coming up in April. Wait, is it happening before Worlds this season? I can't. No, it's happening before Senior Worlds, right? So, definitely see that happening. The women's event, Yo Takagi from Japan took the bronze. Jia Shin from South Korea took the silver, and Mao Shimada from Japan took the gold. And I do want to say about Jia Shin first, or Yo Takagi first. I haven't heard her name a lot, but over here at the Youth Olympic Games, her programs were fairly clean, very nice qualities, and I really liked it. Jia Shin from South Korea, I am in love with her free skate. It is not about angels by Birdie, and the Ina Bauer, the choreo sequence. I feel like her jumps are solid too. Like, she didn't have the best program here. I think she didn't have a nice landing on her first combination, or the combination, so she couldn't get it done. If I remember correctly. But I really loved it. Her free skate, the Ina Bauer is so nice. Mao Shimada, obviously, the technician in this field, triple axel. She's done the quad toe, I believe, or I don't know if she's attempted it and not landed it, but she's definitely attempted it before. She won here. Definitely advancing the sport forward with her technical elements. Ice dance, bronze went to the UK, Ashley Slatter and Adel Onge Perez. I'm so sorry. Silver went to the USA, Olivia Elin and Dylan Kane. And gold went to France, Ambre Peria Giannissimi and Samuel Blanc Clapperman. I'm sorry if I said those names wrong. I didn't watch the ice dance event, but very cool. Team event. I will say the team event changed from the other Youth Olympics, which made me kind of sad, honestly, because how the other Youth Olympics did it was all the skaters got mixed up into random teams, so no one had, like, people from the same country in their team, and they called it the Mixed NOCs, National Olympic Committee. So it was things like Team Hope, Team Determination, stuff like that. But here they just converted to, like, the team event, like, the Senior Olympics, so, like, like, Team Canada, Team USA, Team Korea, and I will say that I'm a little disappointed because I felt like the other version of the team event with all the mixed up skaters together, I feel like that made me, more interested. It was definitely something unique to the Youth Olympic Games, something different from the Senior Olympics, and I'm not sure specifically why they changed it. I'm not sure if it has to do with the amount of pairs, potentially, but I was a little disappointed a little bit because I like the other idea of the Youth Olympic mixed teams better for the team event. But Canada took bronze, USA took the silver, and Korea took gold. Very good Olympics for Korea here, or Youth Olympics for the figure skating event in Korea, especially since they're hosting it. But I just talked for 52 minutes straight. I don't know, any thoughts? But anyway, I would like to thank you all for watching. I really need some water right now, not gonna lie, because my throat feel like it's a desert. But I really like to thank you all for watching, or for listening, I guess. It isn't really a YouTube video. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'd like to thank you all for listening. Next week will be a different episode. It's not going to be a competition. Well, it is going to be a competition related, but it's not going to be a current competition. I don't know if that, spices anything up, but it's going to be different than the other 2 episodes that I've done. So, but anyway, I would like to thank you all for listening. Watch out for the episode next week on next Saturday, which will be the 17th of February. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Lunar New Year, and have a very good day. Goodbye.